Merry meet and welcome to day 5, which feels weird to say because A, I've done this video, which doesn't work. I've tried 3 different times, restarting my computer each and every time, and no, it just keeps crashing the system and I don't know why. So I don't know if my computer's just old, if there are computer fairies that I have pissed off. I don't know. I don't know technology enough to understand why it keeps dying all the time. Like, my laptop is a little old. It's not ancient, but I bought it in 2014, so it's 6 years old. Shouldn't be that ancient. And no, it just, I don't know. So here we are, doing this twice. But the weirder part is that I got sick of using my camera because it continuously overheats. So I was like, I'm gonna record these on my phone. And so I did that. And it's a good thing I did, because I can't edit them. And those were needed. So, welcome. So I got to 31 and now we're back to 5. So, moral of the story, I'm just kind of like, so that's where we're at today. Because this was supposed to be done. I was supposed to just be editing it tonight because I've been working on the new series that are coming. So I guess we can introduce those because it's actually going to be a time, because why not? So, well, I'll save that for the end. Let's get to the point, I guess, for the people who care. Have you had a teacher in the craft? Okay, actually, there's a bunch of questions, so there's 4 questions in this one. So, have I ever had a teacher in the craft? Not officially. I've joined, a coven for, a second, and, I don't even know if it was sometime in March to, just after Beltane. I think I went to, 1 or 2 more moon rituals after that, and then I was like, okay, bye. I'm not super allergic to cats, but, I have my limits, and when I can't breathe, I can still breathe, but, your throat's kinda not there, not quite right, because you're like, oh god, and, you can't really see because your eyes are so swollen and running, and just, your nose is just, trying to explode. That's a pretty good indication that you shouldn't be around that many cats. I think they had, 12 indoor cats, and that was a lot to take in. And I'm pretty mild on cat allergies. Normally I can just snuggle into their face and I'm fine. But no, not that many. So other than that, I really haven't had an official teacher, mentor. I've taken, well, I think that's actually another question. Have you ever taken a course or classes to help you learn witchcraft? I have done that. I've done crystal classes. I did one on Max the Crystal Skull. I've done dragon spirit classes. There's more that I'd like to do with the pandemic. I don't know when that's gonna happen. Because there's a rune class we want to do, and there was one that I wanted to go to specifically, but then again the pandemic hit, so that didn't happen. But it was about the Morgan, and I was excited, and then I didn't get to go because the world shut down. So other than it's just random topics, so it's not a specific okay, we're learning lesson 1, lesson 2, lesson 3. It's just sporadic random ones. And then it's next question, part of it. What were your experiences? I learned to judge a group years ago on how they celebrate Beltane, because it is the one that I have the hardest time with, and yes, you could have a pun intended there, but really, I don't want to celebrate Beltane with sex at all. Infertility, just take it out. Again, puns could be intended there, but it's not something I want to celebrate at this time. If anything, it's at Valentine's Day, which I feel would ruffle a lot of feathers in the pagan community to say, but really, I don't celebrate the ancestors at Samhain anymore, and I don't do sex at Beltane. Or fertility in a general sense. I know you can have fertility, but other kinds of fertility. No, I don't want that word near my body because it's a demon and I don't like it. Unless you have a body in which you have a lot of issues with it. I don't think you'll understand. Like, like, seriously, this uterus of mine is a nightmare. So anything related to that, I'm just kind of miffed about. And you could argue sex technically doesn't have to do with your uterus, but it does when you have adenomyosis, because it just makes the experience painful and very bloody, and you regret your life decisions for like hours, days, into weeks, depending on how stupid you were. How frequently you were stupid with that, because it hates you. And it's dumb. And I have a bleeding disorder, so I can't do that. Because again, I like to be alive. So, and I feel like I want to make that video, and someone commented about that on the YouTube, Facebook group thing. Pagans on YouTube, whatever it's called, YouTube Pagans, I think is the name. There's like a bajillion people on there now. But yeah, that group, so probably everyone's there. You probably already saw the question, and we're just repeating stuff. It's fine. But anyways, my experiences, I judge them on how they handle Beltane. Because again, I if we're gonna have a very sexualized thing, bye. I'm not gonna want to stay for that. It's not something I want in my life. I've always had like this aversion to it. Probably my subconscious being like, girl, it's a nightmare down there. Don't mess with it. Cause that it's like the Kraken. Once it's released, you can't contain it unless you remove it, which is what I need to do. But again, there's a pandemic and I'm not gonna do that. Because they're sending people home all the time when they shouldn't. And I'm already a case where they're like, you could go home. And you're like, no, I can't. And then they, like, hours later, like, oh my God, it's a good thing we didn't send you home. And I'm like, I know. This ain't my first rodeo. So, anyways, other than that, the classes and stuff have been alright. I've looked into, sorry I'm going to be playing with my hair a lot. It's like so staticky. And I'm trying to change my part so it's a little more interesting, and it therefore wants to do this all the time, and then it creates this weird little part in here, and it's just a nightmare. And then it does this, where it's just like this little floof in the front. It's great. So I'm sure y'all care. But the only other kind of major thing is like when I've looked into like the year-and-a-day programs, first of all, when I was very first looking, realistically they're not that expensive, but also kind of are. They, like, the lowest I've seen is around like $360-ish, which for a teenager who had no money, that's a lot of money. And also, like, all of them, I swear, were like, hey, you had to be 18, and you're like, hey, fuck you, because you can't do anything if you're under 18, and it was rude, because I wanted to. And once I was 18, I was just kind of over it by that point. I'd been, you know, practicing pagan for like 5 years. So what more could I really get out of it at that point? And then here we sit with a year-and-a-day series on my Patreon that will hit this channel in 2020, but you know, whatever. So then, you know, I've seen others that I've wanted to do that's like $2,000 to $3,000, and I'm like, no. You cost as much as the tuition for my college that I went to, and I had like 4 classes at a time. So like 1 versus 4. Nope. That's a lot of money, and a lot of it is like, be in the area, but we do offer it online. And you're like, so no? Because if you're online, it's like, but you can come like 3 times a year. And it's like, I don't think I can afford that. I don't think I can afford like international travel like 3 times in a year. Anyways, so my experiences have been quite varied. Most of the in-person classes are kind of interesting. I do tend to like those quite a bit. versus the online things, just because there's something magical about gathering with people, but it also can kind of be awkward because, like, I don't know, you get some weird folks sometimes, and sometimes it's really small groups, and that makes me anxious, but if it's too big of a group, it makes me anxious, so it's like just this ball of energy that I don't like too much. But that's just, I'm a little anxious on a whole. So then, if you haven't, what are your thoughts and feelings on such courses? Which I guess I already answered that because I have. So anyways, on to the other thing that I was going to talk about. So, I am doing 2 new series. And I think I might just wrap up the 31 days on the other channel because I don't think people actually care, to be honest. I have like 13 subscribers, which is cool. It took me a long time to get there with this channel. But at the same time, when you're trying to get monetized, again, the struggle is real right now. Because I missed that a lot. So I need to get my watch hours up, and it shows your analytics by minutes, which requires math. And so I'm trying to figure out different things to kind of get the view counts on both channels up. And so I'm also, I don't want to call it a sellout, but I still want to keep it kind of casual like it is. So I've decided to start a Book of Shadows together thing. So we're going to be creating a Book of Shadows, and I'm making mine out of a sketchbook. I think I talk about this at some point. I talked about it today. I don't know when you'll see it though. But basically, if you want to follow along, get yourself a sketchbook. I'm working on the first page right now, which is the title page. So I'm writing Book of Shadows in black paint, and it's great. You could use calligraphy pens, or if you want to use like colored pencils or markers, just be careful because it probably is going to bleed through. But I wouldn't recommend just a regular pencil because that shit fades a lot. So be careful with that. But yeah, so I'm working on that for this channel, so we're going to make an entire Book of Shadows together. Like all of the pages, it's going to be like 2020, because some of the things could change over the years. And like realistically, you should always like, I don't know, I like to review like what you believe every few years. So like, think about, if you make this book in 5 years, are you still going to view the elements the exact same? Are you going to view the Wheel of the Year the same? Are you going to view the tarot cards the same? Like, there's so many things. And plus, you could always add more information. Like, you could put in the runes or the Ogham, like even a favorite oracle deck. You could go through, like, the moons in the astrological signs. Like, there's a lot of stuff you could go into. But I'm kind of just going over the basics. Elements, Wheel of the Year, my matron and patron, which then you would make your own. But I just thought it'd be kind of fun to do, and if you guys want to do it as well, I would love to see it made. You don't have to share all of your pages, but I just think it'd kind of be fun to like make a Book of Shadows together and show it, and then that way like new witches, and this would be a public level of like a Book of Shadows, because I'm still having my own, my binder of glory, and in there, I'm going to have a lot more information than in this one because I have limited pages because it's in a sketchbook and I can't add more and I can't rearrange the order. So I like wrote them out today of like, this page is for this and this one's for this and this one's going to have this and this. Like I put the tarot cards to a page. So anyways, that's coming soon. And then on my other channel, which please, if you want to follow my life a little bit more, I post daily. It's called Misty Storm. It's my new author channel, and I am posting the Wreck This Journal series. That's gonna be coming up soon, which means I have to re-record the thing. Cause see, those videos were on my camera, which needed the stuff of my life. I'm gonna probably have to redo those tomorrow. It sucks when you have like a full day that you're like, I'm gonna record today, and then the next day I'm gonna spend it editing, and then all of the footage from the first day doesn't fucking work, and you're just like, well, not all of it. I can use this channel stuff. Just the other one is just, just went AWOL'd. It's great. It's fine. So, anyways, you try and get ahead. It never works. But anyways, I am gonna end this. This is a long video. Also, if you do want to check it out, oh my god, I can't even do the. Oh, there's so many videos I recorded today, guys. Like my year in a day video for today is on there, and okay, Patreon's gonna have a couple videos in a post because I'm done with it. I'm gonna just post that and just be like, here's the video of it. Because I didn't edit it. So, and I can't because the fucking software keeps crashing all the time. And I've checked for like updates and there's nothing, and they're like, oh, it's just fine. And for some reason I have to run the files through this weird ass converter encoder thingy, and even that is making it crash. And I'm just like, why? And it's not even like a random, like I talked to the tech support people for that one, and they're like, yeah, this is what you do. And I'm like, what kind of editing software is this where it has to be rendered through a third-party thing to even function on your just... I'm about ready to just save up and buy a Mac and just be done with it, because at least iMovie seems to make sense, and Camtasia is just being a dick, and I don't know why, and I don't know if it's just my computer sucks balls, I don't know. I need to talk to some of my nerd friends and be like, hey buddy, can ye fix it? Because it's a douche. So, anyways, you can tell it's been a day, because I had literally, like, 60 videos I had recorded today, because I did, like, well, actually, with the other couple that are on that stupid camera, I recorded about 30 videos for this channel, and then I had, like, a good 20-something, possibly even 30 on the other, so I'm just like, So, that's my life. It's great. I'm gonna call this now, and I'm gonna go to bed. So, anyways, tomorrow I will be much more perky and alive, and woo, because I didn't know it was gonna be a problem. So, anyways, thank you for listening to this long ramble. It's 17 minutes. I didn't even know I had this much room left on my phone, because I have them all saved on my phone. So, we're gonna call it before it's just like, bye! So, anyways, thank you so much for watching and for supporting my channel. If you want to support me a little bit more, you can check out my Patreon. For $3, you can see my year in a day progress in real time. Today's post won't be probably going up because, again, the camera's a dick, but it'll be tomorrow. So, anyways, thank you so much for watching, and blessed be.